Captain Kirk, can I have a question? Just a question. When you flip over the communicator, is it really transmitting signals to the Enterprise, or that's something that never invented before?
Well, before I answer any more questions, there's something I wanted to say. I get a life, will you, people? Crying out loud, it's just a TV show. I mean, look at you. Look at the way you're dressed. Turned an enjoyable little job that I did as a lark for a few years into a colossal waste of time. I mean, how old are you people? You must be almost 30. Have you ever kissed a girl? I didn't think so. There's a whole world out there. And grow the hell up. I mean, it's just a TV show, damn it. It's just a TV show.
Hello and welcome back with another episode of TREKKERPRISE. I know this wouldn't be a Star Trek theoretical or analyzing video as usual, but there's something that I wanted to address in this channel, and this is the Star Trek. This is the special Star Trek feeling that we all have, we all know about. People often mistake Star Trek geeks and Star Trek nerds, or there are some sort of geeks and there's some sort of like, he doesn't do anything, just watch Star Trek and talk Star Trek. It's true most of the time, but no, we are much more than that. Star Trek geeks are brilliant, they imaginative, they see a world in a different perspective. So yeah, being a Star Trek geek is, I think it's fabulous. I'm a big Star Trek fan over 20 years now, and actually it changed my life. I remember growing up as a Star Trek geek and I'm getting all the labels like, oh, you're a geek, or you're weird, or you're, I don't know, just, you're acting strange. I even used to go to school in the Star Trek uniform. Everyone was telling me, like, oh, you're wearing that. It's like, well, I know it's not Halloween, but come on. Growing up as a Star Trek geek is brilliant. Well, in many cases, because if you're a Star Trek geek and people don't really understand your perspective and your fantasy and your fandom that you like, you don't really have too much friend. And I was the person, I didn't really have too much friend back then. So Star Trek was, for many reasons, but that one particular was a really good feel to sit down in front of the TV and saw those people. And over the years, as I explained in a different video, I got to know the characters and they became my friends. I know it sounds a bit weird, because how you can actually invent a fictional character to become your friend, because it's not your friend, but it helps a lot interacting with yourself at one point. And growing up as a kid, watching Star Trek and seeing all these things happening seeing all these people and the friendship between them, and even now after that long 50 years, and you can see still in conventions, you see the people and they're still friends and they're still together and they still stick around and they're still nursing this feeling, this friendship that happened off camera and on camera. It's just something brilliant, and I always wanted that. Obviously over the years you've grown and you have more interest as well. Being a Star Trek geek doesn't really matter if you're a Star Trek geek only. I mean, I'm mainly thinking about myself as a Trekkie or a Trekker. So I'm thinking about myself as a Star Trek fan, and that's my main interest as well. Star Trek is one of the most important part, a huge part in my life, and I don't think I would be the same person without Star Trek. But moving forward, obviously, apart from Star Trek, I have other interests as well. Like, as I said in previous videos, I like Doctor Who, I like Knight Rider and series, I like the DC universe. So from Star Trek, everything is starting to make a big round of interest that I have personally as a Star Trek geek. Obviously, growing up is a bit of a difficult if you don't have friends and you're not really comfortable to talk about your problems with your friend and with your family, and you like Star Trek, and sometimes I went back to Star Trek, and every time when I had a sort of situation that happened in school or happened in work or in personal life or even dating or relationships, whatever, I always went back to it, and it gave me a solution every now and then. So it was a really special feeling, and it was a really special connection, and it still is. After 20 years of loving this franchise, you can actually say, okay, get a life, man. I have a really good life and I would never change it for anything. I know Star Trek changed me in a good way, and I'm so proud to be a Trekkie, and I'm so excited to carry on with this. I know through my videos, actually, you can tell I love Star Trek, and and I'm passionate about Star Trek. That's why this whole channel about passion and doing Star Trek videos and sharing the love of Star Trek for everyone. I'm sure I'm not the only one who had this path in from childhood and becoming an adult, or maybe you're a child, you're watching you and you're like in a year of 15 or 12 and started to watch Star Trek when I was about 10, and honestly it opened a whole new world for me. So after 20 years watching Star Trek and still living in the world of Star Trek, I learned a lot, and I really got the idea of Star Trek, and it's not really just a TV show. I mean, I know Bill said, okay, it's a TV show. We have to understand that it's just a TV show, but it's not just a TV show. It's more of a lifestyle as well. You should be kind, you should be nice, and you should be tolerant, and you should be open-minded. Growing up and getting all the basic principles from Star Trek, from this lifestyle. And it's something brilliant that I will never change for anything. And the whole thing is changed because I was a Star Trek geek before, and then everyone was like, you're weird, you're a geek, or you're just a nerd. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? But nowadays, mainly because of the channel and maybe because of my personal work as well, and getting to know more people, and when you finally find out you're not alone with this, it's just something extraordinary. And you finally realize, okay, there's other people out there, they have the same sort of issues, they had the same struggles than you had, and there's one thing that connects them with you, it's Star Trek. Being as a Star Trek geek is, collecting memorabilia and wearing Starfleet uniforms and every now and then, and talking Klingon in some phrases, and it even comes handy sometimes when you're dating, because you can say something like, beam me up, hottie, or and you look warp factor fine. Okay, that was a bit lame, but there's no wonder why I'm still alone. Well, either way, being a Star Trek geek and being a geek in general, it's a beautiful thing that I would never change for anything. I think, generally speaking, Star Trek changed my life, and I'm sure there's other aspects of my life that I could actually discuss, but as I said before, it's not really how I really want to carry on with this channel, and it's mainly about Star Trek, but I try to explore Star Trek from a different perspective, and that will be the future. And obviously there's a special Star Trek feeling that I always loved and I always endorsed. I had a little personal issues going on in last couple of weeks, and I sat down and I actually watched a couple of Star Trek episodes, and it really helped me. And you know what, Star Trek for me is like a warm blanket in a cold winter night. So you have it, you wrap yourself around it, and literally it fills you up with joy. It's just a beautiful feeling, that beautiful warm feeling that you can get from Star Trek, watching Star Trek, and you feel lighter in terms of, if you have a problem, you might not get the solution for it, but you for that 45 minutes or 2 hours, if you're watching a movie, you can actually forget about the whole situation, and you can just relax. Star Trek is always relaxing, and Star Trek is always something special that you can wrap yourself around with, and it's even much better than when you can share it with someone. Yeah, that rarely happens these days. So yeah, I think that was it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I know it was a bit different than I usually do, but I felt like talking about this topic today. There's a couple of things happening in my life at the moment that I'm dealing with, and really it's really as a good thing having Star Trek and being a Star Trek geek, and it really helps you to think about problems in a different perspective, and I wouldn't change this for anything. So let me know in the comment section below what do you think about this topic. What was your experience with Star Trek and growing up as a Star Trek geek? I would really love to hear your story, so please let me know your thoughts and your story in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to like and share the video, and don't forget to subscribe to receive all the geekiness twice a week. Next Wednesday is the animated series episode reviews. There's not much episode left, so unfortunately that's coming to the end. But yes, buckle up for that, and for next week there's might be a very special topic. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and till next time, live long and prosper. Energize.